summer of 1939 was warm and dry, and the Channel Islands had their tourists as usual from the United Kingdom. No one thought much about a man called Adolf Hitler or the marching jackboots in Czechoslovakia.
How much did life change once the Germans got here? What did they change?
It was gradual.
Yes, very gradual.
Very gradual.
Very gradual. You know, they notices of you mustn't do this and you mustn't do that. And if you went to town and you met some friends there, if you were more than two people chatting, they dispersed you. You weren't allowed to get in groups or anything like that.
Really?
No.
And they changed the side of the road that you drove on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They changed the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Changed your money. This was only marks.
The German soldiers were actually quite happy to be posted to Jersey, weren't they?
I think they were more than happy.
More than happy. They're peaceful.
It was either here or the Eastern Front.
That's right. And there was I don't know what a garrison or some of young Germans, and the boys who were going to school would stop and chat to them. And one day the boys told us that the soldiers were in tears. So, why? And they said, because they're not going to be seen again. They're going on the Russian front. And so, of course, it didn't come back, you know. And they knew it, they knew it. Yeah.
You must have had conversations with both of you with German soldiers at various points.
No.
You never spoke to them?
Never. Never, never, never.
Me? Only when I was caught.
Because they set a curfew quite
yes.
early on.
And I was on the wrong side of the curfew.
Tell me about that, Don.
I'd have been an hour earlier than the others. So I was always breaking the curfew.
And you got a summons, didn't you?
Well, I got caught. I changed my route back. I mean, come from Leoville towards Versailles, I'd made the round. And just near Mr. Lecornu's forge there, on the corner, two Germans halt. So I turned around and scarped around the other way. I got caught with another two Germans, four Germans. And I argued for quite a while, but I saw somebody high up in the States, and he said to me something like, "Look, my son," he said, "I'd sooner have you here baking bread here than in a concentration camp. I want you to promise you won't do it again." You can imagine I didn't promise.
No.
And you got a bit of paper through saying you were going to be fined.
How did you get it? By post or?
Yeah.
By post?
Yeah.
While Don pushed against Nazi authority, others had different ways of dealing with the occupation. Some women struck up relationships with the enemy. They became known as jerrybags.
Even today, they wouldn't get away with anything, the jerrybags.
I told you about the time when I was going to town with my bike. And when I got to where the bus station is now, they've rebuilt a little place there in granite. And there was a gun emplacement. And as I passed, I could see 4 or 5 lads struggling with a girl.
Oh.
And I stopped to have a look around. And then I saw some scissors. Oh, I thought, jerrybag. They're trying to cut her hair.
Yeah.
She moves, and the scissors went through her flipping ear.
No.
Yeah, strews on ear.
What was your attitude towards those women and the general attitude?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, they were just bloody jerrybags.
That's it. That's it.
Huh?
I would
Just
have
jerrybags.
nothing to do with them.
People at that time had no sympathy with those women.
None at all. None at all.
Say that again.
No.
Now, I think, as far as I can understand or remember, our boys were away fighting,
Yeah.
and they were collaborating with the enemy. As simple as that.
It is. It is.
But there's nothing new.
No. But it was to us because,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we'd never seen anything or heard anything like that.
Here is the midnight news, and this is Alvar Liddell reading it. Up to 10 o'clock, 175 German aircraft had been destroyed in today's raids over this country.
When did they come and take the radios?
You had to deliver them
You had
to
to
the
take them to
parish
parish
hall.
halls.
Yeah, and you didn't see them again.
Oh no,
And you kept a radio at home yourself, didn't you, Don?
I had 3.
How did you manage to keep them?
You hid them away.
Well, Mum was in my bed.
And what were you listening to?
Oh, the news.
Because that was the only real bit of news.
I was told off for whistling a tune which I shouldn't have been
Oh, you shouldn't have known
by
it.
Yoli Lunar.
Oh, hang.
Don, she said, you're going to be called. I said, what do you mean? Well, you're whistling all these new tunes and you've only heard them on the radio.
Exactly.
Do you know what gave me a kick? And it's still, well, not now so much, but the sound of Big Ben, when I tuned in, and Churchill's voice.
So did that help you in terms of knowing the direction the war was
Too
going?
true.
Absolutely.
How did that help you?
Well, I don't know about you.
Your morale, it helped you, you know, you, at least you thought, well, 5 years is a long time.
I'm dead right.
And it's for a time, after about 3 years, it seemed as if it was never going
Gonna
to
end.
end.
No.